So, hello everybody. Today I'm thinking about relationships, polyamory, romance, marriage. In astrology, they're separate. Romance and marriage are not in the same categories. And the fact that we've lumped them up together in Modernia, I think is wrong and evident because look at the divorce rate. I'm fascinated by the Mosuo people of China. It's a very small, isolated group where they have the walking marriage. And the women are in charge. Everything belongs to the women. Property, goods, everything. The men are there to serve not just the women, but the system. And to be lovers. That's their job. So the walking marriage works this way. When the young woman is ready for her own room, she gets her own room in her mother's house with a door to the outside. And whoever she chooses, whatever boy or man she chooses, will come to her door at night and be her lover. They can do what they please. I mean, it's their time. It's the evening. And after if she gets pregnant, she has a child, that child lives in the mother's house with the grandmother and the mother's extended family in that whole enclave. And the father of that child still comes at night to visit and to spend time in the evening and spend the night. It's an intimate relationship and it's a loving relationship. But daytime is for reality and practical things, and the men and women do their own thing in the day. The household is run by the women in the day, and at night people go off on their own to have their intimate relationships. So in other words, you don't have, like we have here in Modernia, we have a married couple who spend as much time as they can together doing all of life's tasks together. So you get married and then you share your bills and you want to spend your day, you want to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe you go to work or maybe you don't, but everything revolves around that married couple. And that's the nuclear family then, you see. And that's a very intimate thing, that nuclear family. But the Mosuo separate that, so the intimacy is for the nighttime. And that's when the little mother, father, child get together in their life. Then put the child to bed, and then she and he have their privacy. So, do you see the difference? We're kind of lumping together the idea of commitment and romance. And they're not the same. The romance, the intimacy of the night, is very different from the commitment and the logical, linear qualifications of daytime. One is for day and one is for night. Now, in astrology, the daytime, the commitment, the relationship that's legalized and formalized is under the auspices of Libra. And that's ruled by, they say Venus, but I prefer the goddess Athena. She's the logical side of the feminine, if there were such a thing. It's really a masculine sign. But then so is the romance, which is below the horizon in the astrology chart, and that's the sign of Leo, which is actually the sun sign. So there's this intimacy of the heart that matters in the romance. It's a joyful thing. I don't know that it's private, I think it's personal is a better word. Whereas with the committed side of this, which is the number 7 Libra energy, that's not about intimacy, it's about formality. So it's sort of like the Victorian custom of calling each other Mr. and Mrs. in public. Some Victorians never even called each other by their first name, married couples. They never even did that. They were always Mr. and Mrs. even to each other. That's the idea of the formalized relationship. And it's not that intimate. And anyway, so what we've done in Modernia is conflated romance and commitment. And they're not the same, and they're not even compatible, in my opinion. Oh, and P.S. I'm almost done here with my 6 minutes. I'm on the way to Coos Bay, which we village people in Coquille call Big Town. Here we go to Big Town. Looking for a new place to live. Anyway, signing off. Jewel Starsinger. Ciao, ciao.